Hello folks, welcome back. Chris here in central Pennsylvania on a fall day on the eastern coast of the United States. Welcome back. This short is about a Washington Post article that appeared this week about the refugee program for South Africans. It falsely claims that the program is for Afrikaners, which is a lie. U.S. Embassy website since February stated it was for racial minorities. And in fact, that's the true nature of the program. Yes, the majority of people coming over are Afrikaners, mostly because of the fake media lying about the program and misleading people who don't bother to apply for it because they don't realize they're eligible as an Indian or colored racial minority in South Africa. So we need to set that record straight. But the story did include some useful information, including some leaked information from people who should be fired from their jobs in Washington for disclosing information that's not available to the public, and also a statement that the Washington Post says was sent to them by the State Department. So, for instance, the Department of State has a goal of 2,000 people processed from South Africa for the refugee program by the end of October. I'm pretty sure and pretty confident they're on target for that. I've been in touch with over 1,000 people who've been processed thus far, plus the 59ers that came over previously, and many of the rest who make up the total have come over since then. So they probably will hit that target of 2,000 processed. It doesn't mean 2,000 be over here because nobody can currently come here for two reasons. Number one, the shutdown, so there's no money for people to process people. And the other piece is the president's report or president's determination, whatever you want to call it. His annual report to Congress hasn't set a goal. So the two of those things coming together, one hinges on the other. When the government opens, that can be released. So that's really what it's all about. But 2,000 by the end of October. And the State Department intends to process another 4,000 South Africans by the end of November. So we're talking, 6,000 total by the end of November, which would go back to February. So that's actually not that bad. And about 400 of them are currently in the States. This is leaked information. That comes pretty much in line with my estimates of how many South Africans come over thus far. I thought about 350 or so, but they say less than 400, so that should be tracking. And they also say that this is 2 days ago, over 700 South Africans are already processed and awaiting flights because of the shutdown and the determination. So as soon as it opens up, it probably takes, as I said before, 7 to 10 days before they can start getting through the backlog and getting people on flights to come out here. So there you have it, folks. That's kind of an update. The Washington Post article got a lot of people in a tizzy and a stir. If you are already approved for the program, don't worry about this cap. Don't worry about anything other than the shutdown ending and your chance to leave the country, because that's what matters. You're not going to lose that opportunity because of this shutdown. So hang in there and, don't freak out over what the Washington Post says. They are, after all, legacy media, and they falsely quoted Shaw Kleinhaus. There's your proof in the pudding about what they're up to. Thanks a lot, folks. Have a good day out there. Cheers.